Welcome to the deep dive. Okay, so today we're tackling budgeting, which, let's be honest, sometimes sounds like a total drag, right? Or maybe something only useful if you're, like, rolling in cash.
Yeah, that's a huge misconception we ran into looking at this stuff.
Exactly. But the material we dove into really flips that idea.
Yeah.
The main point seems to be budgeting isn't about restriction. It's more about taking control.
Taking the reins, yeah. Knowing where your money's actually going, no matter how much is coming in.
Right. It's like building a financial map, a game plan. And the cool thing is, it seems totally doable for anyone.
Absolutely. It's that shift,
Yeah.
from feeling restricted to feeling empowered. Having a high income doesn't just give you control. That comes from, like, being aware and deciding where your money goes, intentionally.
So it's really a mindset thing first.
I think so, yeah. Think of the budget itself as just your blueprint, your personal financial guide. Doesn't matter if you're earning loads or just starting out.
Okay, so if we're ditching that whole deprivation idea, what is budgeting, really, at its core?
Well, it just boils down to conscious control, I think.
Conscious control, okay.
It's knowing where the money flows and then, actively choosing if that flow matches what you actually want it to do, what's important to you.
Which seems even more vital if money's tight, right?
Definitely. That awareness is critical then. So yeah, fundamentally, a budget's just a plan, a map for your money.
Got it. So for someone listening who's thinking, okay, I'm in, but where do I even start? Like, it feels kind of big. What are some simple ways to actually draw that map?
Good question. There are a couple of really accessible methods that kept popping up. First one, the 50-30-20 rule. Heard of that?
Yeah, vaguely. Break it down, though.
Sure. So you take your after-tax income, right? And you basically split it 3 ways. 50% goes to your needs.
Like rent, food, getting around, the absolute must-haves.
Exactly. Rent, groceries, transportation, utilities, all that essential stuff. Then 30% is for wants.
Okay, the fun stuff.
Pretty much. Eating out, subscriptions like Netflix, hobbies, shopping that isn't strictly necessary.
I gotcha.
And the last 20%.
That's for savings and paying down debt. So building an emergency fund, saving for goals, tackling credit cards or loans.
Okay, but what if that 20% feels like impossible right now, especially on a lower income?
Totally fair point. And the key here is flexibility. If 20% is too much, start smaller. Seriously, even putting aside just 5% towards savings or debt, it starts building that muscle, that habit. That's the crucial part, especially at the beginning.
Right. Build the habit first. Okay, that gives a nice, simple structure. What's another way, maybe for someone who wants to be a bit more detailed?
Yeah, if you want more granular control, there's zero-based budgeting.
Zero-based. Sounds intense.
It can sound that way, but the concept is simple. Every single dollar you earn gets assigned a job, a purpose.
How does that work practically?
You basically list out your total monthly income. Then you list out all your expenses, rent, food, transport, savings, debt payments, fund money, everything.
Everything. And you allocate specific amounts to each category until your income minus all those allocated expenses equals 0.
Ah, okay, so nothing is left unassigned.
Exactly. For instance, maybe it's, I don't know, our $3,000 for rent, our $800 for transport, our $1,500 groceries, our $300 savings, our $200 for eating out. You keep going until every rand or dollar has a designated spot.
So you know where it's all meant to go.
Precisely. Income minus expenses equals 0. Every dollar has its mission.
It definitely sounds like taking control.
Yeah.
But putting it all down, tracking it, that sounds like work. Are there tools to make this easier? Like ones that don't cost a fortune or require a PhD?
Oh, absolutely. Technology is your friend here, and lots of it is free or low cost. Google Sheets is great if you like spreadsheets. Tons of free budget templates out there you can just grab.
Okay, spreadsheets. What else?
There are dedicated apps. YNA, You Need a Budget, is really popular. It's very structured, follows that zero-based idea pretty closely. They usually have a free trial.
YNA, got it. Any others?
Yeah, Every Dollar is another big one. It's known for being super user-friendly, and they have a solid free version that's perfect for just getting started.
Nice. So Google Sheets, YNA, Every Dollar.
Yeah.
Good options to check out.
Definitely worth exploring to see what clicks for you.
Okay, so we've got it's about control, not deprivation. And the how methods, like 50-30-20 or zero-based, plus tools to help. Now, what about roadblocks? What are the common mistakes people make when they try to start budgeting? Where do they usually trip up?
Yeah, good one. There are a few common pitfalls. One big one is forgetting about irregular expenses.
What do you mean, like surprise costs?
Sort of. Things that don't happen every month but you know are coming. Think annual car insurance, maybe membership renewals, holiday gifts, back to school costs, even like car repairs.
Yeah. Those can blow up a monthly budget if you haven't planned for that.
Exactly. You got to factor those in somehow, maybe set aside a little each month. Another mistake, treating the budget like a set it and forget it thing. Yeah, you create this beautiful plan, but then you don't actually, track your spending against it. A budget needs to be a living document, something dynamic. You check in, see how you're doing, make adjustments.
But it's not just making the plan, it's using it.
Right. And the third big one, giving up after one setback. Like, you overspend in one category one month and just throw in the towel.
Yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah.
Feeling like you failed.
Totally. But budgeting is a skill. It's a process. You're gonna mess up sometimes, especially at first. The goal isn't perfection right out of the gate. It's progress, learning and adjusting.
Progress over perfection. I like that. That feels much less intimidating.
You should it.
So for anyone listening right now, maybe feeling that little bit of hesitation still, what's the single most important piece of advice to just get started?
Honestly, keep it simple and just start small. Don't get bogged down trying to make everything absolutely perfect from day one. Don't try to track every single coffee down to the penny unless that genuinely excites you. The biggest win, truly, is just starting the habit of paying attention. Making conscious choices.
To start paying attention.
Yeah. Get the habit going, the accuracy, the fine-tuning, all that stuff will come with practice.
That's really encouraging. And hey, for those of you who are ready to take that first step, based on the stuff we looked at, we actually put together a free Google Sheets budget template. Simple, but effective.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. If you want it, just drop a comment wherever you're listening. Also, quick heads up, we're planning another deep dive soon on building credit effectively, something that often goes hand in hand with budgeting.
Definitely related.
Good topic.
So stay tuned for that.
Look, ultimately, whether you lean towards that 50-30-20 split or you like the detail of zero-based or find some other method, the real takeaway here is that taking any step, even a small one, to understand and manage where your money goes, it leads to this huge sense of clarity and control. It really does. So the final thought maybe is just consider which starting point feels right for you, which tool, which method. What feels like the easiest first step you can take today?
Exactly. That first step is everything. Just start.